friends, and welcome to Cafe Mutual YouTube channel. Friends, I must say you guys take tremendous care of your clients' finances, but most of you do not have time to take care of your own health. So in this regard, Sundaram Mutual Fund has launched Sundaram Sanjeevani for MFDs, in which it will conduct health camps for you. So to talk more about this, we have with us Sunil Subramaniam, MD and CEO of Sundaram Mutual Fund. Welcome, Sunil.
Hi, thank you, Nishan.
Okay, Sunil, my first question is that what is the rationale for launching Sundaram Sanjeevani for MFDs?
I think the rationale arises from two things. One is, I think, given who we are as a mid-sized AMC with a heavy equity orientation, we are one of the most retail in terms of MFD penetration. This comes from the fact that we are probably leaving apart the top 2 or 3 AMCs. We are almost 100 branches across the country, physical branches. And today's day and age, nobody is going to go and set up those. But we have the benefit that we are actually having 90 offices where MFDs are in touch with us. So the rationale behind this is that we are able to physically conduct this in our offices where the MFDs visit. They are familiar with the location. So that's number one. Number two is that there have been some consolidation in the diagnostic space, right? So that now helps us to identify one provider or two who can provide this service all over the country. Third, the point that you made, Nishant, that MFDs spend all their time thinking about their clients' financial well-being, but they very often neglect their own well-being. And clients typically, because most clients are working 9 to 5, and MFD, they will call him, come and meet me in the morning for breakfast, or come and meet me. So the MFD will not be able to follow a regular diet, neither a regular exercise, and silently, one other important fact for the rationale is that suddenly we saw statistics which showed that in India, the middle class, diabetes and heart attacks are the silent killers. And you have seen that suddenly people around 40s are falling for heart attack, famous actors recently. And so we felt that, at this point in time when MFDs are eager to rush back into meeting clients with the pandemic behind them, they should not do that uncaring for their health. And so the final point is that we believe that while health is wealth is a common paradigm, prevention is better than cure. So the whole idea is once you're aware, and so our health camp is targeted at basically diabetes and heart. So those are the two things which are, very silent, because all these people who have had heart attacks, they have been perfectly normal before. If only they had had their checkups, they could have taken precautions. So the whole idea is prevention is better than cure, and ultimately your health leads to the client's wealth.
Right. Moving on to our next question. So how MFDs can avail the benefits of Sundaram Sanjeevani? I mean, how can they undergo health, benefits of the health camp?
So we have our local relationship managers. We also have our customer service people. So the MFDs, we will be popularizing this through emailers and to let everybody know. One of the reasons we are reaching out to Cafe Mutual is to increase the awareness of this. Most people log on to Cafe Mutual every day. So once they see it, all they have to do is give a call to our relationship manager. He will tell them the date on which it's being conducted at our offices. And if there are some people who are having infirmities, difficulties, we can even arrange for pickup from home. So that's also an arrangement, so that if they are really in a constraint that day, so the exact dates for each branch location, we will be calendar will be prepared, and they can get to know that date. All should happen within the next period of a month to 45 days.
Okay. So they can simply walk into the branch office. They will have to first take the appointment. Simply walk into the branch office, and then it will happen.
The important thing is to have fasting, because fasting blood sugar is one of the important things. So on that day, the previous night, 11 hours gap there will have to be between their last meal and taking the first blood sample.
Okay. So Sunil, so you were speaking about time constraint of MFDs, that they will have to rush to the client even during daytime and during the late night time. So in such a scenario, how can MFDs spare time for physical and mental health?
So I would suggest that early morning, if they set aside 1 hour, of which 40 minutes should be for walking and 20 minutes for yoga. I think that these combination, because walking gives you the cardiovascular exercise, which is a critical part of any fitness regime. But at the same time, yoga is a complete package of meditation. It calms down your breathing, and also gives you a form of stretches. So they can substitute the time that they spend with stretches with the yoga. So a combination of walking plus yoga is good enough. No need to go for any gym and treadmill and doing all of those fancy things. I think simple 40 minutes a day walk, and then, so I think early morning, the best time would be 5:30 to 6:30.
Okay. Any food habit that you would like to share with them?
So I think one of the key things that is that when they go to clients' houses and offices or clients come, stop giving tea and coffee. Okay, I think the sugar content in tea and coffee adds up to almost half a kilo of sugar per month. So I think the simple is either switch to a black tea, right, as a kind, or simple plain water. So I think one of the most important things is in the diet is to reduce tea and coffee and completely cut out sugar. So I think sugar, this tendency to sweets, everybody goes, the human, Atiti Devo Bhava. You go to a customer, the wife of the customer will say, or will say, no, you must have a sweet, you have come to our house. So I think a polite declining of that sweet, because this is the silent way that, your problems creep up. So that discipline of, you meet 6 to 8 clients a day. So each time that means you have 6 to 8 coffees or teas a day. So that itself is a big saving they will be able to achieve.
Great. And also, Sunil, there is tendency to celebrate functions by cutting cakes or by exchanging sweets. So how can they replace this this culture? What is the?
So I think that what you should adopt today is that I would say just do a virtual cake cutting, right? And the snacks that you have can be healthy snacks like makhna. Makhana is one of the most healthiest foods, right? But it is crunchy, crispy. So I would say substitute your, fafda and all of that with the makhana, which is one safer option. And second, like I say, you have, we used to call this in Tamil called SKC, samosa, karam, coffee. The karam means savory. Okay, so
Karam
normally do SK. Karam means savory, so sweet karam coffee.
Okay.
So any such cake cutting function, one sweet is compulsory, one savory is compulsory, and coffee is compulsory, right? So that's what I said. So I think we should change to lemon tea or a black tea. We should change to makhana as a crispy thing. And on sweets, right? I think the key thing in sweets is that just one eclair.
Okay.
It's a far better, because restrict yourself to one eclair. Yes, sweet must be there. Muh meetha karna, right? So I think one Cadbury's eclair should serve it, because though the chocolate content is, the sugar content is high, but if you restrict to one piece, I think you can be in control. So I think cake cutting and all has to be virtual cake cutting and not a physical cake cutting, because cake carries, a lot of bad stuff inside it, right?
Right. Okay. So one last question, Sunil. So what are the other distributor related activities that Sundaram Mutual Fund has taken?
So basically, what we have just started this journey, and as you were doing the principal acquisition, right? And at the same time, we are doing our backend. So recently, we launched Inwise, which is our own DIT platform, right? So we do not have a dedicated DIT platform. We are dependent only on the backend. But now we have created a dedicated DIT platform. So today, distributors can deal with their customers anywhere across India. All they need is, an OTP to execute the transaction. Everything else can be done online. So that was a recent launch. Next is that we have launched WhatsApp-based services, right? Which also distributors can take advantage of to make life easier for their customers, right? And in the future, what we have plans for is that within the group, we have Royal Sundaram, which is a general insurance company, and we have Sundaram Home Finance, which gives home loans, as well as Sundaram Finance, which gives car loans, which is our parent. So what we plan to do is to work jointly with the group companies to see whether we can offer some concessional rates and packages. So we'd like to bring the group to the fore. Because one important thing that has happened is that our former MD, right, Mr. Harsha Vichi, has recently become Executive Vice Chairman of the Sundaram Finance Group. So now we are taking a group view, and over the period of the next few months and a year, we hope to bring across much value-added services to IFAs using all the levers of our group. So I think that's the Sundaram group initiative we will bring to IFAs and MFDs.
Okay. So with that, we have come to an end to this healthy discussion. Thank you so much, Sunil, for your valuable time and inputs.
Right. Thank you, Nishant, and wish all the best to the MFDs. And please come one and all and participate in this Sundaram Sanjeevani program.
Sure, sure, sure. All the best, Sunil.
Thank you.